woodlands in the UK, there's a fearsome predator, an incredibly fast and skillful flyer.
And if you happen to be their prey, you don't stand a chance.
One blink and you miss it. The only way to see what's going on is with a high-speed camera. Ellie is a goshawk who's been trained by bird handler Lloyd Buck for the last 11 years, giving him an insight into why they're such good hunters.
In a woodland environment, amongst the trees, they're extremely skilled at going very fast, very manoeuvrable. They can go through small gaps, they can surprise their prey. But everything they do kind of goes into a short pursuit hunt. So they're like an aerial cheetah of the bird world.
In order to see Ellie's dynamic speed and manoeuvrability, Lloyd set up a little experiment.
I'm going to pretend to be a tree with my outstretched arms as branches, and we're going to see if Ellie can fly through the hole I'm creating. Oh, and she can. Where's my eye? Amazing.
Looking back in slow-mo, we can see how Ellie folds her wings and then uses her tail to give her that lift to propel her through the gap. But goshawks have a few more tricks when it comes to catching prey.
One of their favourite methods is to sit high up, ghost-like, and they'll be nice and still and silent. They'll wait for prey to come underneath them, and they'll drop down vertically and completely surprise it. Hey!
And there's something that you'd like to see while she's diving down.
I'd like to see just what's happening with her wings and her tail, because in real time, it's over so quick, you don't really know what she's done to be able to hold that vertical dive.
The last place you'd expect to find one of the hardiest living things on the planet is here in the heart of Cambridge. I'm on the hunt for a creature that can tolerate intense heat and extreme cold, can survive high levels of radiation, and even endure the vacuum of space. Closer to home, it can be found all over Britain, in woods, urban areas, and even in the garden. In this moss, there should be quite a few of them, but as they're microscopic, I'm going to need specialist equipment to see them. And in a lab, I can get a much closer look. Look at him. He's got little feet. Come here. These microscopic animals are called tardigrades, more commonly known as the water bear or the moss piglet. Alan Tunnicliffe, Professor of Molecular Biotechnology at the University of Cambridge, has been testing how tough these little creatures really are.
Well, they have this amazing ability to dry out, get to the dry state, we call it. So for you and I, if we lost 15% of the water in our bodies, that's it, we'd be dead. But these guys, they've lost essentially all of their water, but they don't die. And they're in some kind of state of suspended animation. They're neither alive nor dead.
And it's in this dried out state that they are virtually indestructible. There have been tests carried out in labs here and in space showing they can withstand extreme conditions. They can survive the temperature of boiling water, 100 degrees Celsius, and even sub-zero temperatures in liquid nitrogen. Now, this is something I've always wanted to do. This is a flower which is alive and, still pliable and soft. I'm going to stick it in liquid nitrogen for a few seconds. Minus 196 degrees.
Yeah, twice as cold as the coldest temperature ever recorded on the planet. So that's pretty cold.
And this is what happens to live things when they're at that temperature. It just breaks like glass.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that a tardigrade will survive that?
Amazingly.
Although I'm an experienced cave diver, using equipment like this is a privilege but a real challenge. It's bulky and very heavy. Peter Wingett is from the Historical Diving Society.
Now the helmet, they were made of copper and bronze, weighs about 25 kilos, and the weights weigh about 18 kilos each. When you add the boots, they come in at about 8 kilos each.
So you're looking at 12 stone?
12 stone plus.
That's more than I weigh.
It weighs an absolute ton. Chamber 4, here I come.
Right, diver, when you're ready.
Okay.
There's going to be kind of renewed respect for the amount of just physical and mental effort and bravery required from those first divers who pioneered the exploration of these caves.
300 million years ago, and well before the dinosaurs, giant dragonflies were one of the top land-based predators. Today, although they're somewhat smaller, they're still killer insects, but some of them need our help.
We've got a larva that's just crawled up and it's starting to split its skin and emerge, so it's transfer from water life to aerial life. It's happening before our eyes.
Do you know the exciting thing as well? This is a dragonfly larva that we brought here 5 weeks ago. It can be no other, it's one of ours, isn't it?
Definitely one of ours from our donor sites, and it's made it, so it's very lucky.
It's just coming out now. We are seeing metamorphosis. I've seen thousands and thousands of dragonfly and I've never properly seen one emerge. And we're going to see the whole thing unfurl in front of us.
Absolutely perfect view.
Well, seeing a dragonfly emerging is a wonderful thing, but seeing one of the Britain's rarest dragonflies coming out just tops it all. Oh, there we go! Oh, how exciting is that? It's just to see them emerge and go right the way through to flying off. And I have to say, that's the first time in 50 years that white-faced darter has been flying over foul-shorn moss.
Guaranteed.